one of the greatest things that we've done in the last year is put in a new salad bar for the seniors to provide those seniors that might not necessarily want a full meal still a full salad bar that they can still have a lunch from. So in order to have food in this salad bar, we have to raise funds to pay for all the salad and the tomatoes and everything in there. And at this time of the year, paying $3 a pint for tomatoes is unreasonable for the amount of grant funds that we get. So having the generational garden and having the kids provide these cherry tomatoes for these seniors at our luncheon is really a great benefit, and it really warms the heart of the seniors that come in for our lunch.
The tomatoes are big and sweet and lovely.
I mean, you're teaching them to plant the seed and to grow them, to nurse them along.
Yeah.
And this is a lifetime thing that they
Yeah.
will always remember and be able to do something in their own gardens as they grow older.
It just really piles on the goodwill of youth and working with seniors, and they always love it. We started out researching food products that have vitamin C that we could easily distribute to our 15 congregate meal programs and 9 home-delivered meal programs. We researched, obviously there's the orange. We researched juice, and what we discovered was that we had to pay for the carton, and our money is very limited. So we decided on cherry tomatoes, because a lot of our meal sites can't wash and chop produce, so we have to deliver produce that's ready to eat. We found that they're very expensive, and in addition to that, we had to purchase them from Chile. And we thought that was a little ridiculous considering where we lived here in Ventura County with some of the most fertile farmlands that you could find. And so we took our problem to our agency director, Victoria Jump, and she's pretty visionary, and she said, I have just the spot.
The idea behind the garden began approximately a year and a half ago. Program manager for our nutrition, she started investigating the idea of a garden, a pilot garden, and over the course of a year, we came to the probation agency and the land behind the juvenile justice complex.
Susan White got a hold of Rio Mesa Farms, who talked to Danny, and Danny wanted to help us out, and that's what he's done.
Bill came up to us with Rio Mesa Farms, asking for some help. Yeah. And I was glad to be introduced to him, and it's been a blessing. Be able to help the senior and see the kids that come out and do the work, and show them that they're useful for something.
Well, he walked in the door and gave me the information about the project and what it was for initially, and that's one thing that piqued my interest. It was for some people in need. It wasn't just a money-making operation. And then looked at what it would entail me helping them with in terms of material and time and design and cost. And at that point, as we moved forward and thinking more about how we're going to deal with the project here, it just said it makes sense just for me to just take care of this, design it, figure it out, give them all the parts, get them in business right away. And so I was ready and willing to do that. And I think when people have an opportunity to help, oftentimes they don't, but if they took that opportunity to help, they'd find out that there's a lot of enjoyment in it. And people always, a lot of times they'll think of what they're giving up first, and it's not, that's really shouldn't be the emphasis. The emphasis should be what you can give. And I get a lot of joy out of giving, and it can be in a very, very small way or a big way, but I think, when you come together as a community and help one another, there's a great synergy in that, and there's a lot of enjoyment for everyone involved. And I think, especially when a group of people came together for this project here, everybody did a little bit, and nobody did a lot, but everybody did a little bit, and a great thing was achieved here. And I think once people recognize that, they'd be more willing to come in and help out.
We're very proud to have been able to participate in the project. Antonio and I helped lay the drip irrigation here, and we donated the seed. Our company donated the seed, and it's just nice to be able to help the community and to see that this is going to go to senior citizens.
Sí, pues es una fruta muy saludable y que nos beneficia a todo el mundo, y por eso hay que seguir trabajando para tener mejores productos y mejor producto para que la gente se dé cuenta de todo lo que hay, lo que podemos enseñar y todo.
We initially planted seedlings, and they started out approximately the size of that little tomato plant right there. They were taller, and what we did, dug a deep hole, incorporated some organic tomato fertilizer in the bottom of the hole, stirred it into the soil, and took the little plants that were about this tall, including the root, and removed all the lower leaves and planted them very deeply. When you do that with a tomato, wherever you remove the leaves, it will send out more roots. So these plants have very large root structures, and I think that's part of the reason they have done so well.
And the community support behind our garden, is phenomenal. The fact that so many agencies were able to come together and were excited about the concept of using youth to help feed the seniors is really inspiring. And as we move forward in future years and expand the acreage of the garden, more and more seniors are going to benefit from locally grown fruits and vegetables.
We are here removing these tomato plants that we planted a couple of months ago. They've been delivering, I think it's like every 2 or 3 weeks, to the elders here in Ventura County. It feeds over 3,000 elders. The reason we're removing them is because they are going to mulch all the extra ones that aren't such as the green baby tomatoes. They're going to be mulching them so that they can put it back into the soil next year when they do the same thing. I feel really good because I didn't know any of that stuff, and I think that's something that we all need to sit back and take a look at and see what we do, like the impact that we have. Who would think that a group of 5 could impact 3,000 people? I didn't think that. I do now.